I thought the key tonight was fast start. I thought both lines of scrimmage, we were able to play very physical on the offensive line and defensive lines and played very well in those regards and allowed our skill guys to really play. I think our defensive line was outstanding in the game. I think we had 11 yards at halftime and maybe 20 or 25 through the middle of the third quarter, in the third quarter, something like that. Thought we did a great job in the run. We fitted it. That we affected the quarterback, we pressured, we tackled well in space, kept leverage on the football. I mean, did it outstanding, created a turnover at the end right there, but just did an outstanding job. And then the great special teams play by Nice. We got that back. We got blocked. We give him space. Him and the chain, man. When you give those guys a chance in space and get those guys, man, they do a heck of a job and getting it started that way. And then offensively, very proud. We had the one turnover on third down. We ran the route. Should have came back inside a little bit, and got that tipped up. And then offensively, we were very strong. Executed 8 o'clock, controlled the ball, scored touchdowns on drives. 2 minutes before the half was really good. Come out the second half, scored the first drive, then got another touchdown. I don't think we went about 5 or 6 drives there right in a row. I believe we scored every time we had it. And I thought we played complementary football tonight in that when we were playing like that, the defense was getting 3 and outs, getting us the ball back, kept the momentum. We could get back and keep in the groove on offense, not having long drives against the defense. And offensively, we were letting them rest, which screwed up their offense, not being able to get in the groove, and our defense was coming out ready to play every play, and I was very proud of it. Anything we had in special teams, we had a block kick, snap just a hair high, but we didn't hit that ball right, and very rare. But that was unfortunate in that situation. But very proud of the guys. And the other thing, though, I was disappointed a little bit from our backups on offense and defense. We got some really good players who have to go out there and play and perform, and those guys are 1 or 2 plays away from having to play, and they got to play better. We have to coach them better. And we got to do a better job, and hopefully, and I know they don't get in the game much, but we got to do a better job in both. We didn't get any for a while there. Didn't get any first downs on offense, and they just took a couple drives right down the field. Had some careless penalties. So we'll get those young guys better and keep working. That's what next week will be about. And we're going to need some of those guys down that 4-game stretch right at the end.
Questions? Coach, third row, Christy, then Olin, and Zach.
What can you say about Jalen and what kind of a weapon he is for your team and what he's been able to do?
Who is that? Wiedemeyer?
Yeah.
Yes. I mean, he's learned to be a complete player, and his big body can get vertical. He has athleticism. His hands, he's able to run after the catch, and he's really getting and playing like he's capable of playing, and he's a weapon.
Second row, Olin, and then Zach.
Jimbo, Anias, he fielded that punt, around the 5-yard line. Do y'all just give him a green light to field it?
No, well, punts are different now. The way these punters hit those high punts, you hit that punt, that ball, the way they deaden them now, I saw it's hitting like wedges. Those Australian kicks, they'll deaden them things, they'll go at the 1. So if nobody's around you, we give him free light to catch it. And even if you fair catch balls, the old rules, you never went inside the 10 because guys couldn't hit those Australian punts. Those balls deaden like a daggone golf shot, man. And if you don't field some of those balls, even those guys around you, 6, 7, 8, 9 yard line, we'll fair catch them so you don't end up at the 1 yard line. The game has changed in that regard because of how good the kickers and punters have become.
Probably thought it was just a matter of time before Anias would break one, too.
He's broke one. We just had a couple penalties. Had 1 or 2. He had 1 called back, and maybe was there a second one, or it almost went? There was a couple we've had called back on penalties.
And you feel good about the way Zach played, the progress he continues?
He did. Still a couple things, though, a couple plays in there I wish could have cleaned up. And we didn't help him a couple times on some routes, but he still made good decisions on third down, efficient, really. I mean, after we had that one drive, we had 2 holding calls. That was the other thing on offense. We had 3 holding calls, I think, on the night, which we can't have. And we overcome 2 and 1. When you have a holding call, the odds of scoring when you have 2, I wish I'd put money on that lining on Vegas and scoring a touchdown on a drive you have 2 holding calls on. That's unbelievable. That throw he made on 1st and 20, though, him and Wiedemeyer made a great play. And it was a big play in the game early.
Front left, Zach, and then Travis.
Jimbo over here. Overall, do you think that this was the best as far as overall play that your team has played this year?
I don't know if I say that, but I think it was one of the most efficient, and I think we're learning to become more efficient. I mean, I don't know, to say it's the best, but it was one of our better ones.
Travis down front and then to the right.
I know early in the season y'all talked a lot about attention to details in practice heading into games. In a game where the defense probably knew that they were going to be able to have some success against this kind of offense, how impressed were you to that attention to detail from the defense?
I was greatly appreciated. I mean, it's what we should be doing all the time, and that's what we have to do. I think that's what we're starting to do on offense, too. Those young linemen are figuring out, too. But our defense was outstanding in that regard. I mean, they kept leverage and they kept affecting the quarterback.
And then the emergence of Tyree Johnson, how impressive you've been able to do.
I mean, that's why I say I'm hoping he's all right. He got nicked up there, but I think he'll be okay. But, I mean, his ability to rush the passer, man, he can sink, run, and he's really, right now, the last 2, 3, I mean, he's been playing great football. Great football.
Stay down front to the right, Coach.
Jimbo, but your team defensively, you didn't allow a third down conversion until the fourth quarter. What's that say about the defensive line?
outstanding. And I'm gonna tell you what it says. He won first and second. When you win first and second down and have those third and longs, I think we had one third and short we stopped them on. But most of them were more than third and 6 or more. Was outstanding. Our defensive line was outstanding in the game. Run and pass, and sacking the quarterback, affecting the quarterback, and playing the run.
And then going into the bye week, how do you keep this momentum up, especially in practice?
You're right back to practice the same way. We ain't gonna change. We're gonna give Monday off. We'll practice Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday very hard. Get back to fundamentals. And I mean, there'll be physical, hard, tough practices. We got to get better. We got to get the young players better, and then we'll work on some game plan stuff for the last 4 teams.
Third row on the left, Christie, and then we'll go to the back.
As you enter the bye week, do you like where your team is at?
I really do right now. I really do. I mean, I think we're starting to mold. Now, we'll find out. We've got a heck of a run. I mean, you got Auburn, you have Ole Miss, you've got Prairie View, and then you've got LSU. 2 of those 4 on the road, and you got a big stretch coming. But I like the development and our buy-in, but our ability to go back and refocus and get back to those details and do a lot of those things. And those young guys are starting to understand the level of commitment it takes to do that. And we're playing so many young players, and I like where we're at. Now we got to practice and get ready down that stretch.
Coach, we'll go back behind the lights, TV row.
Yeah, Coach, over here. Just in terms of Devin and Isaiah, what have they done to become this kind of two-headed monster in the backfield?
Well, first of all, the guys in front of them are daggone blocking. Those tight ends and backs, but they're both very natural. They're both very selfless. They're both very patient, have good eyes. They're learning how, I mean, they understand their schemes. They're very smart players. They understand the blocking schemes. They understand when the fronts come up, how that's going to be presented, where the issues are. And they're just natural running backs. They're very natural, man. That's a great 1-2 punch.
Staying in the back, Mike.
Coach, as you enter the bye week, you mentioned earlier some of the backups getting reps that they hadn't gotten in game situations. How different are those game reps as opposed to what they're doing in
Oh, they're big
practice?
time. The lights on the scoreboard are for real. I say when you in practice, that scoreboard don't ding when you mess up, good or bad. You know what I mean? And it matters. And you got to get out there in the lights. You got to get in the game. You got to get through the nerves and all that. But hopefully we get through that a little better.
Go second row, Jennifer, and then to the back, Daryl.
Hi, Coach Fisher. I know you touched on him a bit already, but how did you feel about Jalen becoming A&M's all-time tight end leader in receiving yards, especially only as a junior?
I had no idea. I had no idea he did. I just know he's playing well and he's doing what we asked him to do, and that's what I'm worried about. I'm happy for him. He's very well deserving in what he's doing, and he's got to finish out this year, that's for sure, and play well.
Time for a couple more before we got players. Daryl, back behind the lights.
Coach, can you talk about the stretch that you just went through and coming to the bye week, just how tough that grind was and how you want them to finish up?
Well, 8 weeks, man. I'm telling you, 8 weeks is tough. I've always been an advocate. I think in this 12-week season, I think college football needs 2 off weeks. If you really want to take the kids in consideration, I really do. I believe you do need that. But it's tough. Your physical is pounding, and then especially where we were. I mean, to lose 2 games like that, be 3-0 and then lose 2 games and come back against the stretch we had, I'm very proud of them. I'm happy for them. Now, we got to maintain and remember why we've had success and continue it. We got a heck of a grind left, but there's a lot of football left to be played.
All right. Coach, thanks. We've got the players ready.
Thank y'all.